Welcome, everyone, to another episode of CFB Shenanigans. You got Dirty Old Sim here, and we're continuing with episode 5 of our Rice rebuild. You know, we're rebuilding the Rice football program. Got a new coach, Reggie McFlea. So far, he's 0-2, 0-1 in the conference. And we'll just keep it going here. As you saw from last episode, Rice took a pounding from Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns, and which puts us in the standings as 0-2, 0-1 in the conference. So, not a good start to the Reggie McFlea's inaugural season. So, without any further ado, we'll dive into it. Nothing really to check on the Heisman watches. We'll go ahead and update you on the recruiting real quick. We got Tucker England. He's a right guard that we're hoping to lure to Rice from Katy, Texas. And last episode, we started doing sways, and hopefully that'll work, and we'll change everything up next go around. Everybody else in the board where it has narrowed down to the top 8. Tucker is the only one that has narrowed to the top 5. So we'll see where we are when we advance the week. Yes, we'll exit recruiting. And we'll see where we are. So here we go. Moving forward to week 2 of the CFB NCAA season. Okay. Cabrera has reached, well, it went away. We are definitely not a championship contender. Brand exposure, conference prestige, playing time. It doesn't really say here, but Rice's big strength is their academics. So, and I don't think it matters very much. So anyway, James Cabrera has reached his top 5. Let's see what we can do with him. We'll just go ahead and, well, I guess we're going to go forward. And this is a bye week, so we won't be doing anything playing-wise here. So we'll just go ahead and adjust everything. Rice has moved down to number 2, so, oh, well, that probably made the wrong gesture there. So what we'll do here is we're going to do something else with these guys. And let me get my controller back up. We'll go to James Cabrera. And let's see, we actually have 15 hours we can use. Now, I do want this guy, so what we're going to do is we're going to take those 15 hours, and we're going to do this here, and hopefully we can get it back. Let's see. Hard sell. He wants program tradition and proximity to home. So, stadium atmosphere, that's not going to work. Where's the hometown hero? See if we can find the right one. Yep. Don't think that's going to work. Let's see what else we got here. Well, unfortunately, that's all we got to work with. So we'll go ahead, and that'll leave him 10 hours, and we'll just DM him. Let's move down to James Cabrera, left tackle, Lewing, Texas. And we'll do the same thing we did with England last week. We'll remove this in the house. And I think this time around, we're just going to go with the hard sell. Yeah, I don't think the championship contender is going to work. So, proximity to home, championship contender, we'll say we'll go with that. And hopefully that'll work. And we'll do that. And we'll move on to the rest of these guys. And let's see what we got here. With a program this small, I don't think we're going to try something. With a program this small and with these many bad grades for playing, and there goes my controller again. We'll see if that works. And instead, we're going to use the extra ones, and we're going to go ahead and schedule him a visit. Let's see here. And we'll go ahead and put them up, and we'll see how that goes. Moving on to left guard here, Antoine Ebron. Where's he got us at? He's still got us as number 1, so we're going to go ahead. $50 hours. Going to do the hard sell. Let's see here. Grassroots traditionalist. And with the 10 hours left, we'll just do the DMing. We'll just bug them on social. And moving down here to Marvin Miles of Lubbock, Texas. And we'll take the send the house away. And we'll go with the hard sell. And that's getting annoying. So let's see what we can line up for him here. I think I'm going to go this route. Campus personality. Let's see if he likes that. And with the hard sell. I don't think I have any quarterbacks on here. I want to try something here real quick. Okay. No real quarterbacks over there, so we're going to move forward with the bye week. Actually, before we move forward, we'll take a look at the scores in the Sun Belt from last week. See what we have here from week 1. Of course, there's our shellacking right there. We'll start from the top here. Looks like Louisiana Monroe beat a Division II team. Good for them. Appalachian State ups on Charlotte, 38-20. Southern Mississippi over Mississippi. Whoa! Look at Southern Mississippi. Southern Mississippi above Mississippi State. All right. Shooting for the SEC already. Indiana over Old Dominion, 38-10. Marshall getting clobbered by Georgia, 45-7. James Madison recovering from their loss from the previous week on a FCS West on a Division II team there, 49-14. Virginia over Coastal Carolina, 28-17. Alabama over another Division II team, 43-21. Arkansas State over yet another Division II, 27-24. Of course, Troy over a Southeast Division II. And Ole Miss beats Georgia State 54-7. No surprise there. And Georgia Southern over Fresno State, 38-21. And those are the Sun Belt scores. And we'll look at the standings so far in the Sun Belt. We'll go Sun Belt East first. Looks like James Madison's ruling the roost at 1-1. Actually, we'll do it this way. Southern Appalachia in first, tied for first and second. James Madison, Old Dominion, Marshall, Coastal Carolina, Georgia State. And we'll go down here to the west over here. Arkansas State, Louisiana, Raging Cajuns, South Alabama. It looks like there's a six-way tie for first in the Sun Belt West. And on the bottom here is good old Rice. Oh, well, what can we say here? So we're doing the bye week. We'll go back here, and we'll go ahead and advance to week 3. So are you sure you wish to advance the week? Yes. So here we go. Let's see what we got. The wheel goes round and round. And, well, Tucker England has reached his first 3. We'll come back to all that in a minute. Scroll down to here. Everything's in the lower. We got a long way to go. So let's look over here at recruiting. And let's see what we got here. Well, TCU is making a big play for our guy, so not looking good. We got an extra 10 hours, so may not. Looks like the hard sell worked, but looking like we might have some work to do there. So let's take a look real quick. Let's see. Yeah, we got them right, but we're not a championship contender. Neither is TCU, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So anyway, let's see what we did with James Cabrera here. Going good there. Almost in a tight race there with Cabrera, or with Baylor. So let's take a look here. No visits. Don't have enough to schedule a visit because I want to leave everything there and hopefully do something. All right, George Sampson. Yeah. He's liking that Rice. He's liking that Rice love. And Antoine Ebron, look at him go. Mesquite, Texas. He's got us way up in front. So fingers crossed on that one. And here we go with Marvin Miles. Oh, we just left everybody in the dust on that one. Let's try something here. I think we're going to do something here. Let's have him come over. Right guard, not sure. Let's see here. Well, let's them both know that. Let's see if we can find playing time here. Attend a position meeting, yes. Just in case. And let's go over here to, we got a couple others that have narrowed it down to top 5. So, ooh, looks like he's got us over both Air Force and Tulsa. So, let's go in here. We'll forego sending the house. It's going to cost 20 points to have him visit. Well, we got guards coming out the wing right now anyway. So we'll go down here to the hard sell. And the bad thing here, well, let's see. He's in Kansas, so it's not quite a hometown thing, but you never know. We'll go ahead and add the DM. Let's go to Kurt Norden here. We'll do the same thing. Center, Kurt Norden. See what we can do here with the 40 points. Well, he wants to be part of a championship contender, but so we might lose out for that. I can find it here. So we'll just make him a hometown hero, which he would be. He's from Houston. So, and I'm going to go ahead and schedule him a visit. Let's see here. We'll invite his whole family to come as well. And that'll do it for recruiting for this week, for this episode. And let's go through here. Looks like we've got a couple that have already shut us out. So we'll just go ahead and remove them. And that'll do it for this week. Now, before we get started, I do want to mention that I'm still using the Popboy Game Lab sliders that we started last week. I'm still playing on Heisman, 12-minute quarters, 25-second clock. But the one thing that I am doing different is I decided to go to coach mode and see how that works out. Coach mode is when you go into game plan, gameplay helpers, and you set the auto pass to on. Everything else should be turned on. Now, it doesn't mean that you just sit back and watch the game AI play as you. You still have to call your own plays, and there is still some interaction there. But basically, the computer will pass for you. It'll run the play you select for you on the offensive side. On the defensive side, well, as most of you more experienced gamers will know, you go to alignment, press the LB button, or the LB button, and you hold it down, and the AI will run your defense all the way. I decided to do this because I'm not very good, and if I did all of the gameplay on Heisman, Rice would finish the season at 0-14. So, no thank you. I think Rice fans would hang me from the highest yardarm. So I just want to give it a fair shake. Besides, the coach doesn't throw the ball for the quarterback, right? So that's where I'm coming from. So, without any further ado, let's play some football. This week's opponent is FCS Midwest Rebels, who I think is supposed to be a Division II school. They're ranked as 50 overall, while Rice is ranked at 67. So we'll get it on. After a couple of 3-and-outs on both sides, the FCS Midwest Rebels find themselves on the 14 and go for this, and it is wide to the left. Well, so much for 3 points there. Rice gets the ball. A couple of plays later, we got the ball on the 25-yard line, 2nd and 5. Jenkins calling in the shotgun, and he gives it to Quentin Jackson, who breaks it up to the 40, to the 36. First down. Nice little outside run there. Next play, line up in the shotgun. Jenkins got Jackson to his left there. And hands off to Jackson, who tosses it to McNeil. And McNeil chunks to Barnett and misses. Nice little dipsy-do trick play there. That didn't work. Rice will be forced to punt, but that's okay. Dilworth having a close encounter with Matthew Abasala for an 8-yard loss. DJ Dilworth kind of picking up his pride there a little bit, and the Rice fans are cheering Matthew on. Yeah, let's take a look at a replay of that. That goes back in and just goes straight to Dilworth. Gives Dilworth a nice little close encounter with the ground. All right, 2nd and 16. Following play. You think that was good. From the corner comes Jarek Harper. And Dilworth cannot escape. Another sack, making it 3rd and 20. Dilworth looks like he's about to cry there. And the Rice fans are eating this up. We'll take another look at it. Jarek Harper just flying in the backfield, straight to DJ Dilworth, and just puts him in the ground. No surprise, the Rebels will have to punt. Moving to the second quarter, 4th and 6, FCS on the Rice 35. First play of the second quarter, and Strickland hits it from 47 yards, and that puts FCS on the board 3-0. However, I promise you, all is not lost. Rice ball on their own 35. Chase Jenkins just goes back and throws a nice long strike to Landon Ransom Gomez, who goes all the way, doing his celebration dance after a nice touchdown strike for 65 yards. Puts Rice on the board. Point after is good. Couple of possessions later, Rice ball on the 28. On the Rice 28. Second quarter, 7:30 left. And we'll give it to Quentin Jackson, who will take it 20 in, down into the inside the 10 to the 8. Nice little run there. And just when you thought you got hit hard enough, here he comes again. Out of the flex bone. Here comes, there you see the play. Here comes Jackson again, up the middle, all the way to the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal. And just when you thought it was safe to come out of hiding, here's Jenkins. Going for a little air attack, a little bombing. Touchdown, Rice. That went straight to Micah Barnett. And that puts another 6 on the board. And the extra point is good, bringing the score to 14-3. Midwest with the ball on their 35-yard line. 6 minutes left in the Second quarter gives to Jasper Bracey, who takes it up to the 44. A couple of plays later, Midwest is on the Rice 21, and Strickland kicks it, and it goes off the post. Oh, but hold on, there's a flag. It turns out that it's roughing the kicker, so they get a new set of downs. And just when you thought you had things under control, here's Dilworth calling signals. He goes back, and in comes linebacker Mike Andrew for the sack there. He's shooting his arrow, and Dilworth's just picking himself up while his teeth are still rattling. Andrew number 0 on the sack there. And fans are doing the owl hoot there. And a couple of plays later, they're going to give Strickland another chance, and this time he makes good. 31-yard field goal by Strickland there. Lane Strickland. And Rice fans aren't liking it. However, if you're thinking Midwest has the monopoly on field goals, here's Rice. And it's good. Here's Chase Allen, field goal. 29-yarder up close, and that's how the half ends, with Rice 17 and Midwest 6. Micah Barnett for Rice getting the halftime spotlight, 39 yards, 5 catches, and 1 TD up to this point. So now on to the second half. Strickland again on the Rice 24, goes up and goes through the uprights for a 41-yard field goal. Makes the score 17-9. Yeah, Rice fans are looking a little down, but not to worry. But Chase Allen says, hey, wait a minute, Lane. You're not the only one that can kick field goals. 41-yarder there by Chase Allen. Oh, my bad. 31-yard field goal by Chase Allen. And then Chase Allen looks at Lane and goes, you don't believe me? Let me show you again. Here's another one. 23-9. Rice over Midwest. So far, minute 30 left in the third quarter at this point. Then DJ Dilworth steps up and says, oh, can y'all do this, though? Steps back and runs outside the pocket. Nobody in front of him. Runs up, gets a big 15-yard gain. And then, right behind him, Jasper Bracey's saying, hey, wait a second. I can do that too. Give J.C. Bracey the ball, and he gets up 17 yards. And Dilworth says, hold my beer. And just finds Sidney Ruth. Oh, scrambles a little bit. Finds Sidney Ruth in the end zone for a Midwest touchdown. And that is how the third quarter ends. Extra point is good. And the score after all of that is 23 Rice, 16 Midwest. Going into the fourth quarter, Dilworth says, hey, watch me bust another run. And he gets hit, and he drops the ball. Fumbalooski, Fumbalaya. Davion Hook with the fumble recovery. And the party has already started in Houston. Midwest with the ball one last time. 43 seconds left in the game on the Rice 23. Dilworth's calling an audible. And out of nowhere comes Devon Green. 4th and 20 on the Rice 33. Midwest has no timeouts. Dilworth goes back. Completed pass, but out of bounds. Game over. Midwest gives the ball up on downs. Chase Jenkins takes a knee. And the game is over. Reggie McFlea and the Rice Owls get their first win of the season, with a final score of Rice 23, Midwest 16. Chase Jenkins throwing for 292 yards, 22 for 35, and 2 touchdowns, a 151.7 quarterback rating. DJ Dilworth from Midwest, throwing 33 of 41 for 290 yards, 80% completion rate with 1 touchdown. Had a quarterback rating of 147.9. Max Balthazar had a day of 4.3 yards per carry for 63 yards. No fumbles, no TDs. Quentin Jackson, 13 attempts for 57 yards, average of 4.3. Receivers, Micah Barnett, 39 yards, 1 touchdown. Jackson. And we'll let the stats just roll on by. Sidney Ruth for Midwest, 71 yards, leading receiver of the day. Austin Metters with 68. My bad. Grant Beal, the leading receiver of the day on both sides, 73 yards, 14.6 yards per carry, 47 yards received after catching. Not bad. Micah Barnett, 7.8. 71 yards. Landon Ransom Goles, 35.5 average yards, 46 yards receiving after carry. And we'll move on here. Reggie McFlea with his first college football win as a head coach. And we'll go into the recruiter. He got 10 coins. And we'll give him a little pep me up here. In the recruiter tab, we're going to spend 8 coins on the advanced look quarterback for recruiting. There it goes. And we'll hang on to the other 2 until next time. And we'll go ahead and advance the week to week 4. And we'll go ahead and sim ahead. And we will go ahead and review all the scores and all the recruiting updates next episode. This is Dirty Old Sim. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, championship contender F. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Enjoying the first win from Rice, 23-16 over Midwest. This is Dirty Old Sim here saying we'll see you next time, and peace out.